Do you feel like your money just disappears every month, without you knowing where it's gone? Have you tried spreadsheets, apps, even promises to spend less, but nothing seems to work? If controlling your budget seems like a losing battle, Dave Ramsey's envelope system could be the practical solution you need. This simple but incredibly effective method has already helped millions of people take control of their finances, without the need for complicated calculations or number-crunching app. In this video, I'll show you why this classic system still works perfectly today, especially if you struggle to avoid impulse spending. You'll discover how to separate your money in a visual and practical way, reduce financial stress, and, most importantly, finally have a budget that really works. And at the end, I'll share an essential tip for adapting this method to the digital world without losing its effectiveness. So stay with me and let's get started. Do you feel like your money just disappears every month and, before you know it, you're in the red? Do you make transfers, swipe your card without thinking, and, in the end, have no idea how you spent so much? This problem is more common than it seems and may be preventing you from finally breaking out of the cycle of financial stress. But what if there was a simple method, tested and approved by millions of people, that could help you save money for real? Today, I'm going to show you how Dave Ramsey's envelope system still works perfectly even in the digital world and can transform the way you manage your money. And at the end of the video, I'll give you an essential tip for modernizing this method without losing its effectiveness. Most people can't save money because they spend without realizing it. We live in the age of fast payments, contactless credit cards, and installment purchases. All this makes the act of spending invisible, taking away the real feeling of losing money. The problem is that when money isn't tangible, it's much easier to lose control. Have you ever experienced this? The month starts and you think, now I'm going to spend less. But then, without realizing it, you make small purchases, order takeaway food, use your card without keeping track of the statement. And when you look at your bank account, you're already over the limit and don't know where your money went. This is because digital money doesn't trigger the same response in the brain as physical money. Spending cash hurts more, which is exactly why the envelope system is still so effective. The envelope system is a classic budgeting method created by Dave Ramsey. The idea is simple. Instead of leaving your money loose in your bank account, you divide it into different categories, placing each amount in physical envelope. For example, if your food budget is 500 reais, you separate that amount and put it in an envelope labeled food. If your leisure budget is 300 reais, that money goes into another envelope. The key concept of this system is, when the money in an envelope runs out, it's over. This means that if your food envelope runs dry before the end of the month, you can't take money from another envelope. You need to make more strategic decisions and think before you spend. This method forces much more conscious control and prevents you from spending more than you can afford. Now, you may be asking yourself, but does that still work today with everything being digital? The answer is yes, and for a very simple reason. People's biggest financial problem is not a lack of money, but a lack of vision about it. When money is in the bank, mixed up in a single account, it's difficult to understand exactly what has already been spent and what can still be used. The envelope system corrects this problem by physically separating each budget category. And it's not just a theory. Studies show that people spend up to 15% less when they pay with cash instead of card. This is because our brains feel the impact of handing over physical notes more than just typing in a password. Another crucial point is that the system eliminates the illusion of infinite money, which we often have when using credit. This prevents impulsive decisions, such as just one more purchase at the mall or I'll pay in installments because it seems cheaper now. But what if you want to adapt this method to the digital world? Is that possible? Yes, and it's easier than it sounds. Instead of using physical envelopes, you can create digital envelopes within your bank or in budgeting app. Some banks allow you to create sub-accounts for different spending categories. Another option is to use apps like Good Budget or YNAB, You Need a Budget, which simulate envelopes and help you visualize where your money is going. Another smart adaptation is to use prepaid cards for different categories. For example, you could have a separate card just for food and another for leisure, loading each with the amount you planned to spend. That way, you keep track of it even if you don't use cash. So, to sum up, the envelope system still works because it makes money visible and real. It stops you spending without realizing it and helps you create a budget that really makes sense for your life. And the best thing, you can adapt this method to the digital world without losing its effectiveness. If you've tried complicated spreadsheets, apps and methods and nothing has worked, why not try something simple that has already helped millions of people? Now, I want to know from you, have you tried the envelope system? Or do you think it would work better in the digital version? Let me know in the comments because I want to know what you think. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you next time.